Do we have much more time?
We're good.
Okay.
We're okay. Yeah, we're totally fine.
It's me, Matthew Lillard, the guest host of Grave Conversations. Hello, and welcome to Grave Conversations, the only show where your favorite celebrities get to lie down. I'm not your host, David Dastmalchian. I am a very special guest host, Matthew Lillard. Today's guest is someone we hope lives for a very, very long time. You've seen him in The Dark Knight, Prisoners, and The Suicide Squad. I mean, Polka Dot Man. It's so good. But most importantly, he is the host of a breakout talk show, Grave Conversations, the most culturally significant and important show in the entire history of television. What? Who wrote that? So glad you could join us today, David. How does it feel to be on the other side of the interview?
It's really scary. I'm very nervous, but it's good. I'm also kind of relieved, like listening to you deliver that. That's nice. I guess the onus is on you. And thank you for doing this. Hi.
We wanted to mix things up for a very special interview. David has done like an incredibly beautiful job over the last 4 seasons, asking people silly and surreal questions, even letting interviews get occasionally emotional when there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all, just so you know. I mean, sometimes people cry and it haunts them forever. Are you ready to dive into some tough questions? The first segment is called Questions You Need to Be Asked Before You Die, or as your writers insist I call it, Quinatib.
Yes, I'm so psyched for Quintibo.
Who's the best vampire and why would you be better than them?
That's a real tough question because I'll tell you, it's always very close for me between Christopher Lee and Jack Palance, who did this incredible performance as Dracula in a BBC production that is so terrifying because his the violent nature of his Dracula was so scary. But I still will err on the side of Christopher Lee, and I would never in a million years be able to deliver a performance that's better than Christopher Lee, but I will say that I have the benefit of being able to watch all of his performances and I could steal all of the good stuff that he did and then make it my own.
What's the most benign sounding hex you can think of and what would actually suck to be hexed with?
Sports hexes are kind of benign.
That is very benign.
Yeah. And I don't want to be hexed with anything that's like odoriferous. Like if this was like, I'm carrying around like the scent of rotten eggs so that wherever I go, everyone's like, that guy just.
And they wouldn't know it was a hex.
No.
It's a hex.
It's a hex. So everyone just thinks I've got a gas problem.
Oh,
or, yeah,
that is
that
miserable.
I don't wash properly. Yeah, that would be really rough.
I would never hope that would ever happen.
No. I hope it doesn't.
One of your favorite foods is buffalo wings. Why are you protecting chickens by disguising them as buffalo? Is big poultry involved?
I have a soft spot in my heart for buffalo. I think they're a beautiful creature, but like chickens just don't get a lot of respect. And as you know, Gonzo the Great, one of the most important figures in cinema history and television history, has a special place in his heart for chickens. So I think we have to protect the chickens. I do, not to say think that buffalo should be, dipped in orange sauce, but I want to save some chickens. I love chickens. And I really do. I don't know what it is. There's something about buffalo wings that it's like, I've made the pilgrimage to Duff's in Buffalo, New York, original, like, home of the origination of buffalo wings, and like I love them.
The passion in your voice is electric.
Talking about Dracula and buffalo wings, you guys got...
Let me ask you a question. What's your preferred dipping sauce?
Blue cheese dress.
Oh, if it's chunky, it's so good.
It's so good with little hunks of blue cheese. Get on that, and I prefer like not the drum. I like the.
Oh, you like the wing?
The wing, yeah.
Do you suck it like? Take
I
the
do.
whole
Like
thing?
it's like a crawdad. I like to. Yeah.
You're very skilled.
That's something.
In Prisoners, you're one of the most unsettling characters in an already unsettling movie. Do people ever come up to you and say, hey man, you really creep me out?
All the time.
Do they?
And not just from Prisoners, but like my body of work has included a lot of characters which I've loved playing who are different, unique, special. And I often have people let me know. And I take it as a great compliment when someone says like, you really creep me out, or you really like my mom is really scared of you, or my whatever. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a nice compliment.
I like that you carry it into the world. I like it when I see you on the red carpet and you are fully you. Like, I just sort of adore that about you. Like, you have zero qualms. You're like, this is who I am. This is how I'm walking through the world. And I think that's inspirational.
Thank you, man.
Do you feel more at home in big superhero movies or smaller, creepier projects where everyone whispers?
I feel at home in both. I love being on a set. It does feel like home, and I guess, I mean, it's that one's like saying which kid do you feel more comfortable with or something. You know, it's like, because they both inform my work, and I'm so lucky that I feel like you could be on a path of like only being in one kind of movie. And I feel so grateful that I've been able to be in both kinds of films, and when I'm with one, it's neat because I feel like I take stuff that I just learned from the other space into this one, and vice versa. But I think I was watching A Woman Under the Influence last night, John Cassavetes' film. I hadn't seen it in a very long time, and I was thinking like, as demanding and painful as that experience would be to make, I would probably make the smaller, more intimate things more if I could.
You have more lines in a smaller movie. I like more lines.
If it's a smaller movie, the likelihood is that I have a better part.
Yeah, yeah. But there's something nice about being able to feed your kids.
Yeah, that is nice too.
In Late Night with the Devil, the whole movie's about a talk show going off the rails. Have you ever been hosting the show and thought, this could turn demonic at any second?
Never.
Never.
No, it's been such an awesome experience. And guests the people I didn't even know, are like, I couldn't tell if they were enjoying them, but it's always like such a satisfying experience. I love it.
As the host of this very show, you've had opportunities to have in-depth, funny, and heartfelt conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite guest of all time? Maybe somebody who showed up and really gave it their all.
When I stand back and look at the totality of where we are so far with Grave Conversations, and I think about like the kinds of conversations I've gotten to have with the different people, and I'm genuinely, truly, I would say this if you were not here, Matthew, to me the episode, like the conversation that kind of launched what Grave Conversation is, was your episode. It was so funny, and it was so meaningful, and it was so emotional, and it was so natural. You just came and you just gave, and it's the one that people, I have been in so many cool things. I'm so grateful for all of the work that I've gotten. It makes no sense how many awesome things I've gotten to be in. And in the last 2 years, airports, Chipotle's, public restrooms, everywhere I go, it's like people will come up to me and talk about Grave Conversations and how much they've loved watching the show, and people always talk about your episode.
That was very sweet. When I agreed to do it, I told you I think I'm going to end up crying a lot. And I had the same thing in hosting today. I was like, oh, my heart hiccuped a little because I was going back in and talking about death and sort of having these moments. It cracks you. Oh, last time you interviewed me on the show, Grave Conversations, I got emotional and shed a tear or two. The question is, why do you think you're better than me? And why is James Gunn so mean to Matthew Lillard? James Gunn, what did I do to you, you bastard? Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Do you think I would fight James Gunn and he would win, or would I win? Who would win in a fight between me and James Gunn?
You would win in a second.
Thank you.
You're bigger than him. Yeah, you'd whoop his butt. Sorry, James, but Matt would kick your butt. And it was many months that he was sick and getting sicker and close to dying. And I never got to say goodbye to him. And I was very upset.
Okay, David, thank you for your candor. Now, on Grave Conversations, we want to normalize conversations about death and dying. Are you ready to talk about the end-of-life celebrations and funeral planning?
I'm ready.
It's time for a segment you call Death Wish. If you met yourself on your deathbed, what would you be afraid to ask?
I'd be afraid to ask myself, are you ready? Because I'd be afraid he might say, no, I'm not ready to let go yet. I'd be afraid to ask a lot of questions, I think, because I'd be afraid that the answer might be sad or scary. So that's a tough one, man. I hope if I did do that, he would say, yeah, let's do this.
How often do you think about death?
Every day, often. I have since I was a little boy. I've been fascinated and also just terrified of it since I can remember. Since the concept was introduced to me, since family members, neighbors, friends, pets passed, the concept of, death and dying was a big part of the cultural kind of environment in which I was raised. And so I was just always mystified and scared of it. And I still am, honestly. I don't have the same fear of it that I did before, but it still is. There's things that scare me about it and that I think about a lot.
Do you remember the first person in your life who died?
I lived in South Kansas City suburbs on a street called 101st in Quivira, and our neighbor were the Goffs. And Dave Goff worked for the railroad company, and he taught me how to tie my shoes. And he built a big swing set in his backyard, which I believed was for me, even though I think it was really for him and his wife and their dog, but I would get to swing on it every day. And he got really sick, and my family kept me away from him, or maybe it was his choice. I don't know. I think maybe he didn't want me to see him in the state he was in as the illness took hold of his body. I know that he transformed, as happens when death creeps in. And it was many months that he was sick and getting sicker and close to dying. And I never got to say goodbye to him. And I was very upset about all of it. And so in an effort, I think, to help with that process, my mother took me to Dave Goff's funeral. Now, no one told me that Dave Goff had a twin brother. And
no,
I was sitting in the church, and the man laying in the casket was not Dave. He looked so different. I mean, people look different when they die anyway, but imagine someone who's in a totally different weight class now. It's just his body has transformed from the illness that he had preceding his death. That was not Dave Goff. And here's a man in the same kind of style of clothes, walking around, hugging people, shaking people. It messed my brain up so bad, and I said to my mom that they put the wrong person in there, and then she helped explain it to me. But yeah, that was my first experience that I remember with death.
Crazy. How old were you?
Kindergarten.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a tradition in Michigan that you had to kiss an open casket. You had to kiss somebody goodbye.
The body?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
So when I was young, I had to kiss someone goodbye, and I was like, that was my introduction to death. Are you more afraid of dying suddenly or slowly?
The reason why I think suddenly is because, it's so hard to say though, man. These are these questions that I just think about all the time. Because when my mom passed, it was so sudden. And I didn't get the chance to say the stuff I wanted to say. It was just, we're talking one day and then the next day she's gone. And I have this endless, not endless, I've worked on a lot of it and letting go of it a lot, but like a regret of like, oh man, the last conversation could have been so much more meaningful or whatever. Whereas when my father passed, it was at the tail end of a very long journey through dementia and Alzheimer's that I had opportunities to go, hold his hand, say things like, you can let go now, you know, we're all good here, I love you, it's okay. And I do love the thought of being able to, you know, sit on a bed for a while as I'm slowly letting go and get all the people that I want to make sure to get to say I love you to one more time, that feeling. So I don't know, but there's also a beauty in fade to black. It just happens so fast, and all of a sudden it's over. And because you know how we live our lives every day is how we do. It's the truth of our legacy.
So let me go off script. If you had to say, like, have you ever thought literally what you would say to your mom in that moment? Like, what would you wish you would have said? You don't have to say it.
No,
but
it's a great question. I would have said, you know, thank you. Thanks for driving me to community theater rehearsals when I wanted to quit baseball. I'm sorry for any stress that I put you through. I forgive you for any times that you weren't able to be there for me as a kid. And I also, I've worked a lot on like letting go of it, but certainly like wanted to say sorry for some things in particular that now looking back on it, I'm like, it's okay, you know. Maybe just maybe she's come and helped me do that since she left, which was 6 years ago. I do feel like she still checks in on me sometimes.
we lost a person in our community last week. Her name was Christine. Her kids went through her desk and she had left a collection of wishes for her kids. I want you to. So if you had 3 I want you to's to your kids, what would those 3 I want you to's be?
I want you to be proud of yourself, as I'm so proud of you. I want you to break as many rules as you feel like you have to. I want you to know how worthy you are of love to give and love to receive. Sharing experience and strength and hope is part of my healing process, part of my recovery process, part of like my journey. So talking about it is something that works for me.
On this show, you've talked to dozens of people about their funeral. With all that inspiration, what would be the look and vibe of your final celebration?
Oh man, it's so goth and fun. It's gonna have, it's gonna be decked out like Dracula's castle. I want cobwebs, I want bats flopping.
Bats?
I want
Not
people,
real bats.
No, but like like haunted house bats.
You want like fake decorations?
I want decorations hung. I want it to be, I want fog machines.
No.
I want people coming in full Halloween. I want it to look like Let's Make a Deal. I want everyone to show up in full Halloween costumes.
So good.
A black hearse that's gonna pull up and the coffin is gonna come out. It's gonna go to the front. It's the kick-ass, black, awesome goth casket that Titan is making for me. They will open it. Within it will just be a really good photo of me in Dracula because my body has been donated to science and then cremated. Maybe my urn's in there, but there's going to be a raffle for anyone who wants it. If you want it, because the interior is going to be converted into a bed, there'll be a raffle for anyone who's in attendance at my funeral. The winner gets the casket if they want it.
I see a lot of organ playing. Da, 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 da.
Yes, like Phantom of the Opera.
That would be great.
Yeah.
What's scarier, you dying alone or dying surrounded by people?
Alone. I'd love to let go with a smile. I mean, the dream, yeah, with a smile on my face, telling everyone that I love and who loves me, like, I'm fine. It's okay, you guys. Like, that sounds so nice. And being able to hold hands and feel that energy, but yeah.
Are you more afraid of dying too early or living too long?
Dying too early. I remember my grandmother was at 102, and I said, "Grandma, what's the secret?" And she said, "I don't recommend it."
Oh, that's hilarious. As you're dying, what part of your life would you feel the hardest to let go of?
My kids. I just love hugging them. I'd be sad not to hug them anymore.
Are funerals difficult for you? Or do you feel pretty locked in?
They've been hard. For my mom, because it was during COVID, we waited until actually a couple years after she passed to have a real memorial for her at the ocean, to be able to scatter her ashes. And my siblings and I, there was a lot of tears. My father's was, I was a little more locked in. I felt like, I went sadly to one of the most profound funeral experiences that I ever had. I had a couple of them actually when I was a young person, having peers, friends of mine pass away. Seeing a young person's funeral is very hard. It's interesting because you think like they're kind of my space. Like, you know, I'm a creature of the night. Like, go to funerals because they're so beautiful. There's something about them that are special, but they can be hard. No lies.
For sure. I am going to now make it my mission to go before you.
What a weird competition we've set up for ourselves.
Do you, because your mom and dad are both passed, do you feel alone?
There are moments when some cool bit of news will come in, or I'll get a role or something that the kids will do, and I'll go to like want to text my mom, and I don't have that anymore. And that's sad.
One of my best friends says the hardest thing is when something fun happens and you don't have anyone that will feel as proud of you as your mom or dad would have.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's a good reminder as a parent, actually, just to make sure that your kids know that you're so proud of them. As a host of the show, do you ever find this segment emotionally challenging?
For sure, for sure. I feel it's such a special feeling as when you're a storyteller or you're a professional entertainer and you get to contribute something into the sphere of consciousness that has the possibility of potentially having a positive effect on people. So I love that I get to be a part of this thing that hopefully connects people in a way and gets them comfortable talking about something that is, you know, such an integral part of all of our experiences. But at the same time, when you get into this particular section, I've asked everybody that's laid in these caskets, almost every single person is someone I know personally. And they've been asked to come out of the generosity of their time and spirit to lay here and have these conversations. And I get nervous going, we're going to talk about stuff that's triggering, that's hard, that's uncomfortable. And so I feel a great deal of responsibility and doing it right and making sure people feel safe and comfortable doing it with me. So that's really important.
Your kids will have this legacy, which I think is super interesting. Whether you die quickly or slowly,
Yeah.
at the end of your life, they're going to have this collection of you sitting in your humanity with other people, which will allow them to process however they feel about you in that moment. It's such a gift. Why am I crying you guys? Your stupid show. You've died so many times in movies, like 8 to 10 times. Is it ever weird or unsettling watching it back?
It is. It's weird, it's unsettling, it's uncomfortable. I am someone who has several times in my time on Earth attempted to cut that time short. And there have been a couple of times, both on stage and on screen, where I have played a character who does that and succeeds. And it's very hard for me to perform it and to see it. And I'm always grateful for directors who create a space where dying and death is something that they make me feel very safe. I could just fall backwards with my eyes closed and know that I'll be caught. And I feel really grateful that I've just been always surrounded by people who have been so like loving and supportive around that experience.
I think when you speak about the past, you become a hero. Do you find strength in talking about your trials and tribulations in life?
Sharing experience and strength and hope is part of my healing process, part of my recovery process, part of like my journey. So talking about it is something that works for me. Now, I don't think it's a requisite or necessary for everyone to do, especially in such a public way. I feel really grateful at the possibility of the fact that I survived something or some things, and that in talking about them, in normalizing those conversations, maybe somebody else who feels alone might hear it and go, oh man, I don't feel so alone right now. That's the magic to me. That's the miracle. That's what life is all about. Life is, for whatever perplexing reason, seems maybe it's the scientific nature of how, physics works or something. There seems to be this constant drive towards the like separation of things and this notion that we're alone. And I think it's a trick. I don't think we are really alone. I think we're much more in this together than we really we often tell ourselves. So I don't feel heroic, certainly. I don't feel it's not like retribution or redemption. It's just a sense of, like I said, like that hope that there's one person that sees or hears something and they feel a little less alone in the world. Then that's success to me.
That answer you just gave was really lovely. And I think you're a hero. So if you had a motto or like a motto to live by, what would that motto be?
In the immortal words of Maud, reach out, take a chance, get hurt even. Live, give me an L, give me an I, give me a V,
give me an E. What does that spell? Live!
Live. Live. You're not alone. You're not alone. No matter how much you tell yourself or the world tries to tell you. Don't forget, the thing that you're looking at, watching me on right now, probably if it's in your hand or on your desk, is like rife with all kinds of messages that are going to try and tell you that you are, because that's how you get people to buy stuff, is trying to make them feel like they don't have what everybody else has. And that's a lie. You're not alone. You do belong. You fit in. And don't give up.
We are in Titan caskets, which means you'll be buried at some point, and there will be a headstone. What are 3 words that appear on that headstone in any order?
Dad.
Good word.
Friend. Love.
David, thank you for opening up to us today.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what is happening with you and your life outside of the casket. This segment we call Living for This.
Oh yeah. I'm really proud and excited of a show that I get to host called Grave Conversations. You can find it on YouTube. I am currently doing a lot of writing and creation with my company, Good Fiend Films. My amazing writing partner, Leah, and I have a book coming out called The Accessories from Panic, and Kingdom of Earth from Dark Horse Comics, July 15th. This fall you can see Street Fighter, the movie, in theaters, and I've written a book that I will be sending you, Matthew, that I'm very proud of as well, called Through.
I can't wait to read it.
Thanks.
David, thanks for joining me in the casket. Before I slam a casket door in your face, I do have one final thing I want to ask you to do. We would like you to give a eulogy. Curveball, it's spelled the normal way this time. Just kidding. I would never. When I say die, you'll have 60 seconds to give yourself a eulogy. Remember, you have seen this done over 1,000 times. So there's no excuse to not be exactly perfect and no pressure at all. You ready?
Fuck, no!
You should have thought of this
I
before.
know.
You knew this moment was coming. Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you for wearing your Halloween best. David would be so happy. Great job with the decor. I know he's very happy to see all of you. He loves you all so much, and he's really grateful for all of you. He asked me to make sure that all of you know he finds it incredibly poetic, ironic, humorous, and touching that for a man who attempted to end his life as often as he did, how grateful and lucky he is that he got to spend it with you. And if he hurt you in this life and he didn't get a chance to tell you he's sorry, he hopes you know that he is. If you hurt him in this life and you didn't get a chance to tell him you're sorry, he hopes you know that of course he forgives you. Let it go. And if he didn't get to tell you he loved you, he did, and he does. So now you know. He hopes that whatever theater inherits his skull will make great use of it, and whatever haunted house takes his skull and uses it for decoration, that you guys have fun with it. Don't do anything gross with it, please. He was sober, by the way, so don't use it as like a bong or a pipe. He wanted to make sure, but I know you guys already know Arlo and Penny. He loves you so much, and he's so, so proud of you, and he's so lucky that he got to be your dad. And God damn it, in the immortal words of the Muppets, life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending. We've done just what we set out to do. Thanks to the lovers, the dreamers, and you. Thanks for coming. Hope you win the casket.
I just want to say thank you for letting me host. I think you're an incredible host, and I never want to do this show again. I've done it twice now, and that's a lot.
Okay.
I don't know how you keep the makeup from not running. I get tears all over my black streaming down my face. And I love my nails. I think I'm going to keep them forever. But thank you for joining us at Grave Conversations, everyone. I'm your guest host, Matthew Lillard. This was horrifyingly fun.
Bye. Matthew, I know you're locked in there, but as our first two-time guest,
Okay, yeah, twice.
we are going
To Hawaii?
better to space. For real. Yes, you are the first ever celebrity to be invited by me to the Titan space program. We're going to send your DNA into space. Your DNA, the story that is Matthew Lillard within your body. We actually have someone coming now who's gonna grab your DNA.
This is so ridiculous. Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to space? That's so creepy.
You're doing an amazing job.
I'm reading all the words. Yay! Yay, Matt Lillard. I have such great nail polish on too. Slay.